What's up, guys? Orbital Bacon here, back with another live stream, and back to the usual stuff. Some editing, doing some Dragon Ball stop motion editing. We've got Frieza here. He's praising the sun, and he's ready to transform into his golden Frieza form. So I appreciate anybody who's watching. Welcome, welcome. Let me get the music cranked back up here. Had to do my dramatic fade out. I can close this one down just to make it easy. Alright, so this is for an upcoming SwagWave stop motion, and what I'm basically doing, hey Eldest, what's up buddy? Welcome to the stream. What I'm basically doing is just trying to do a similar, not exact recreation, but a similar recreation to Frieza's transformation into his golden form when he was sparring against Goku in Dragon Ball Super. So there's this moment where, you know, it goes like really over the top and dramatic, and there's these big like sweeping camera movements, and he kind of gets engulfed in his own energy, creates kind of like an energy dome, and gets engulfed within it, and he becomes kind of like a silhouette because the energy is so bright. It's very similar. Hey Malik, welcome buddy. It's very similar to when Blackout, that scene that I did for the Transformers stop motion for SwagWave, where Blackout was flying in front of the sun, and it was, you know, it created a silhouette effect with the rays of light, the volumetric lighting kind of beaming behind him. So I'm gonna do something similar to those effects with this scene here, since that's basically what happened with Frieza. He became engulfed in that light, almost like a sunset, and became silhouetted out, and then it was an interesting effect. The silhouette seems to almost break, like it was glass or a shell or something like that, and it shatters and reveals the golden form. So I'm gonna see if I can pull that off here. I've got this one effect here that I want to use. Probably gonna have to mess with it a little bit. Okay, position and scale. I don't want it moving around on me. Okay. Beam of light. There we go. So I want that to be definitely more of a gold color. Let's see what I've got going on here. See, if I turn the hue shift off, it actually is kind of already a gold color. Turn the darkness down a bit. That might be a little too much. Hey, crossover, data links, what's up guys? Eldest says you're gonna need to learn, or that Eldest says I'm gonna need to learn more about editing Hip Film Express. It seems easy in my opinion. Yeah, Eldest, it's pretty simple to get the hang of. You know, there's a lot of features. I don't even know how to use them all just yet, but there are a lot of cool features. And what's fun is to just kind of experiment, you know, mess around with them and see what you can come up with. So like this right here, crossover says, yo man, can't wait for any longer for Combiner Wars. Yeah, I know. We're still waiting on a couple of voice actors, and then I think all the video stuff is done. That's why I moved on to Dragon Ball here. SwagWave always gives it a once-over just to make sure if anything's missing or needs tweaking, and I can go back and fix it. But otherwise, it should be done. We just need to add in the voices. So it's almost ready. It's just been a chaotic week. You know, it's like it's the beginning of a new month. You know, rent's due, all sorts of madness is going on. So Oh, I like this explosion of energy. So that way, as soon as that disappears, I want a mask layer behind him. Let's see. It can be slightly, ever so slightly, in the yellow spectrum. I mean, like, I want it basically close to white, but just slightly yellow, because that'll give it a nice golden blend when I add the neon glow around it. About right there. That looks good. I like that right there. Okay, so if I bring this down here, and create a mask. Whoops, not that kind. Not that kind, this kind. Here we go. Giant dome thing. Stretch it out. And up. And move it. Alright, so he's about right there, so I want this behind him, but let's see. That's just the thing. It's on the wrong layer. There we go. So that way. Try this out again. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, as soon as it's gone, this is behind him. But I need this to like grow. It's like it's starting out way too big, so I'm gonna have to mess with this a little bit more. What's up, Data Links? XT Eldest, what's going on, guys? Fortunately, I don't have a chat window displayed on the video feed because it kind of got in the way. The break stream's up there. He's in the corner chilling. Alright. Oh no, I had the right thing selected. There we go. Okay, so I need this. What's this mask here? What is this? What is this? I don't need that. Alright. Let me zoom out a bit. There we go. I want this to be kind of like growing when that flash. Let's see. Do I want it already fully encompassed, or maybe just kind of growing like that and then it expands out? I'll see how that looks first. We'll start with that. See how that looks. So what I'm doing here is adding a keyframe to the path. They call it the path under the transform tab for a mask, and that allows you to change the shape of it from one keyframe to the next. So right here is the first time it's even visible, because you know there's that flash from the energy surge. So he has the energy surge, the flash fills the screen. That gives me the chance to have this come in, and then this will be the first keyframe, and then I'll have it grow pretty fast. Like I'm gonna advance, let's see, maybe like 6 frames, and from there have it just kind of expand upward and outward, just enough to encompass figure there. I might even have to like move it a little bit. I wonder if that'll make the movement look weird. I'm gonna go back and look. I always like triple check everything. Okay, yeah, I really like that. Alright, so that's a good movement there. So from that last keyframe, I'll advance another 5 or 4 or 5. I don't know, not quite as many. Now I want it to move a little quicker. And just expand like it's filling up the entire area. He's being consumed by the light. There we go. Alright, check it again. What's up, Prowl, Emerald, Malik? Alright, so let's see how this looks. Alright, perfect. Oh, and look at that. What timing. What excellent timing. He goes into the gold frame. Although, I'm probably going to end up expanding this shot since it's just a still shot. Going to extend it a little bit longer before it cuts into the gold mode. Alright, so yeah, I definitely like that. Alright, I'm noticing there's like some stuff messed up with the green screen. I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to need yet another layer. Another plane. Plain white. Let's see, this will go behind Frieza, but in front of the plane, and once again using a mask. Just kind of cutting in around here, because I'm noticing that I guess the green poster board or whatever SwagWave used was reflecting off the crotch area. Isn't this thrilling, kids? We're editing Frieza's crotch. My goodness. This is the details you have to mess with, though. And then what I'll do is I'll turn the brightness down, and it kind of matches the area, it blends that in. There we go. And now it's not like see-through, so... Because yeah, that looked weird when he was standing there before. Laser, what's up, buddy? Gotta make the rounds and say hello to everybody, that's right. The results of Age of SwagWave? Alright, so the next round is due in, like the entries are due in a week from today. So that would be the 10th, August 10th. So that's when the next entries are due. And because sometimes people like get in at the last minute, like midnight, you know, SwagWave and I usually judge them on Saturday morning. That way it gives everybody time to get them in, because you know there's different time zones and stuff like that. We'd have to like stay up to like 3 in the morning or something to give people on the West Coast in the US till midnight or whatever. So we just wait till Saturday morning. So that would be the 11th. So Saturday morning we judge them, and usually it's like later that day, or what, you know, it doesn't usually take SwagWave too long to just, you know, put together the results and next round pairing video. Kind of like combines them all in one. So it, like, realistically, either the 11th or the 12th of this month, which is just a little over a week. It's like a week and a day or two. The results will be up. Let's see. Emerald says he messaged me on Discord. Alright, I'll have to check it out, buddy. I get lost on Discord sometimes. I've like joined so many servers now and everything. It's like crazy trying to keep up. Shattered Glass Optimus. Alright, now what I need to do is add an effect to this plane here so that it has the neon glow and everything. It makes it look like energy. Alright, so I'll start with, it's called just that, it's called Neon Glow. So I'll start with that. Alright, Laser, see you in 15 minutes. Frieza's in albino mode. Alright, so we got the Neon Glow. I'm going to give it the... This is where I'll give it the golden color here. Like that. Let's see, let's keep this one... This one can be about 25 as far as the expansion goes. Let's turn the radius up. And I'll duplicate this. This one. Turn the expansion up. The radius way up. That's still not even quite right. Give me more. Oh, that's right, because I need to turn down the intensity of this one too. Turn up the intensity of this one. One of these is getting extreme blended in. Well, I don't know. No, that's a bit much. That's a bit. Better. And then for the shape of the mask, I'm going to just feather it about 6 pixels. And what that'll do is give it kind of this rounded edge so the glow bleeds into it a little bit better. Alright, Wawa the Beast. Yeah, I'm working on a video for SwagWave right now. This is our upcoming Dragon Ball video. So this is Frieza's transformation to Golden Frieza. Eldest says, hey Orbital, where do you get your visual effects from? I usually get them from Google, but they're not the best. I must know. Well, okay, so this one, for instance, you know, as you saw, I just drew this one and I'm adding, you know, like neon glow effects to it, as well as feathering out the mask. And speaking of glow, let me see what this looks like if I add just kind of a regular glow on top. So sometimes, ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that. Sometimes you just make them from scratch, you know, and you can, like as you saw, I was changing the shape so it you know, moves and expands, and you could make all sorts of energy beams or energy domes or whatever with this technique, because you can easily go under the transform tab, do things like change the opacity so it's not as solid. If you want it to be in front of the character, for instance, as like a force field or something, you could make it like see-through, and now you've got yourself like this cool little force field. So there's all sorts of things you can do with that. Otherwise, check out certain YouTube channels, like I think it's called Royalty Free Island or something like that, Footage Island, I don't know, something like that. They had a lot of good ones that I used for like Doctor Strange, because that was a real effects heavy video. And then there's a website called Production Crate that has like all sorts of stuff. They have like effects and sounds and music and all sorts of stuff. And I think somebody was telling me that you can get like a certain number of free downloads per month, because I know that they do have some free downloads there, but there are certain effects that are like behind a paywall. But somebody was saying you can get like 1 or 2 of those free effects like per month or something like that, so you could slowly get all the ones you need. But that's where like some of the pre-rendered stuff comes from. And then like I was saying on YouTube, like this one right here, this energy thing, was actually a combination. There were a couple of different effects I found on YouTube that people had put up like in front of a green screen, and so I combined them. It was like the light rays with the lightning and stuff to give them this charge effect. And then it kind of worked out perfectly because it had this like explosion, which with the flash of light is a good way to kind of like hide the introduction of your effects. So when when the effects are gone, it's like there it is, like already behind them. So let's see, I don't know, that glow now, it might be actually too intense. It doesn't really match the effect that came before it. This matches the effect that came before it better. I gotta make sure everything looks coherent, or whatever the word is. But yeah, I do like that. That's looking cool. He's like praising the sun. But yeah, so just check around YouTube, check around, you know, like you said, Google. I don't know what sites it takes you to when you Google it, but you know, you could check that as well. Continue to check that. But like I said, take the effects and then mess with them. You know, don't just use them the way they are. Like I always change the colors, add glows, you know, make them a little transparent, whatever it needs to do to kind of like blend them in so they don't just look like a sticker's been dropped on top of the video. That's the worst, in my opinion, is when the effect looks like it's just been plastered on top of the video. Alphabet spaghetti. Oh, is T-Fan Page in here? Man, I gotta catch up on the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm way behind. What's up, T-Fan Page? Computronus Prime says, I need help. Was watching the... Oh my goodness. You crazy. Alright. Alright, I'm quickly catching up here. Guess you're good. Yeah, Frieza's alright, but his brother is cooler. Alright, so so what I do after I've set the effects the way I like them is I usually turn them off. This doesn't erase them, this just turns them off. So that way it doesn't slow down the frame by frame, like, you know, as I try to go back and, you know, navigate through the scene and advance frame by frame. Sometimes once you add a bunch of effects, it can slow it down. That just may be my computer. I'm sure like faster computers probably don't have a problem, but with mine, I'm gonna just temporarily turn them off. So the next thing from here, and in fact I probably need to go back some and see where I'm at as far as what exactly is happening here. Alright, so we have Mr. Frieza, who is exactly 3 feet tall, which is a very nice height indeed. Did somebody say Squish Face? Squish Face is coming to get ya. I really, like, even though that figure is tiny and has, like, no articulation, look at Frieza. He loves it. He loves Squish Face. Can we get some stuff finished this stream? Not with that attitude, Tailgate. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're gonna get stuff finished. Look at me moving right along. I already created the energy dome and the little power surge and everything. That sometimes takes minutes, and it's been 30 or 20. I don't know when I started. Yeah, I like T-Fan Page's attitude. Did somebody say Squish Face? Yeah, look at Frieza loves Squish Face, T-Fan Page. What are my thoughts on the new Cyberverse figures? My thoughts are they must have killer abs because they all do a bunch of sit-ups for their transformation. I don't know, that's just the Scout class. Optimus looks like he's doing the worm in like his weird little sit-up mode. Bumblebee's doing sit-ups, Megatron's doing sit-ups. It's just really, they look kind of goofy. Those are the Scout class ones. The bigger ones don't fare much better though. I mean, they at least have actual alt modes. They don't just do like crunches or whatever. But I don't know. Their proportions, and I think I've said this before, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself too much, but their proportions look like somebody who's cosplaying, like in a Transformers costume, you know? Like if you've ever seen somebody, even the good ones, like even like decent Transformer costumes, like well-made, whatever you want to call them, because of the proportions of the person that's wearing them, because Transformers don't have actual human proportions, even though they look humanoid, their arms and legs are all crazy compared to ours, and they have like, sometimes they have tiny little torsos and stuff like that, you know, so like they're not, it looks funny when people wear them, even if they're well made, unless they're like on stilts, you know, and have some sort of actual like robot frame built around them. I'm talking about the people who like just it's built around their person, you know. those costumes look kind of funny. Like the heads are always too big, the arms are stumpy, and have kind of like a Popeye look to them. And that's what these figures remind me of. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm not trying to rip on cosplayers or these figures too much, either one. But I'm just saying they have this look of, you know, human weird proportions on a robot, and it's not what I'm after. All right, there we go. See, look at that. Well, who is that? Tailgate? Ask them we're gonna get stuff done. Decepticon Crowbar, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Praise Squishface, says Malik. That's right.
All hail Squishface. You know what? As much as I bitch about Bumblebee, I would be fine with Squishface taking over. That guy looks like sturdy material. He looks like sturdier stuff.
I can't even say it with a straight face because I'm picturing Squishface.
Squishface is made of sterner stuff. I vote for him as the new leader of both the Autobots and the Decepticons.
Alright, Eldest, you gotta go practice on some hit film? Okay. I'll allow that. Sorry, I just watched Infinity War again today, so I've got a bunch of Tony Stark and Doctor Strange quips in my head.
Welcome, Crowbar.
I wouldn't mind Cyberverse. TF Pampage says I wouldn't mind Cyberverse if they didn't turn Warrior into a gimmicky toy. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I've also said this before, that the gimmicks like always seem to, I don't want to necessarily say ruin the toys or the figures or whatever, but they certainly sacrifice something, whether it's articulation or screen accuracy, or you know, page accuracy, whatever they came from, source material accuracy. It sacrifices something for the gimmick. Plus, in some cases, I wouldn't be surprised if they use it as an excuse to hike the price up. So it's not good for anyone. I remember even as a kid, you know, everybody's different, so everybody's gonna, you know, play with the figures differently when they're kids and everything. But I remember even as a kid, I didn't use the gimmick figures, like the figures that came with like some sort of spring-loaded missile launcher or whatever. I usually took the projectile out, like just stored it away. I had a big bucket just full of projectiles from all the various like Marvel figures and Transformers and G.I. Joe, whatever I had that had spring-loaded missile launchers. Took all the projectiles out because sometimes the guns at least look cool on their own, because back then they didn't like meld it to the figure. What is this? Go away. Go away, or I shall taunt you a second time. Okay, this just keeps popping up. Give me a second, guys. What is going on here? This is bizarre. Whoa, hey. Doing all sorts of weird stuff. Give me just 1 second, guys. Hopefully this won't kill the stream too much, but that's something weird. It's almost like virusy. Not necessarily virusy, but like that's definitely like a pop-up or something. An uninvited guest. Yeah, there you go, Prowl. Go straight to the saddest moment. Yeah, the point was more articulation for those who want that kind of toy. Exactly, T-Fan Page. Yeah, if the gimmick is to give the figure more posability or more playability, like something that is actually fun, because that's what articulation does. That's, you know, that's kind of the rant before that weird pop-up thing happened. That was kind of the rant I was going off on, was that I didn't really use the gimmicky stuff. I like to just kind of use like imagination and the cool looking weapons, and if like you're saying about figures that may have combined or added to another figure. That stuff was the coolest, and I think that's why people love combiners so much. That, you know, they did the whole Combiner Wars line, because people love them so much, even if they may have pushed a little too far, and we got tired of them. But you know. So Beast Wars to movie 07, yeah, those are some good figures right there. I love Beast Wars, man. Mr. Orbital. Mr. Stank. I don't feel so good, I don't want to go, Mr. Stank. Yeah, Breakstream, like, seriously infected. He got, like, one of his buddies to come up here and do, like, a, oh, boy. I knew that would happen. Alright, so, let's see if I can somehow manage to get the editing screen back. I may have to temporarily pause the stream. I think it'll allow me to come back. I don't know what it's going to do as far as how it's going to interrupt. Mr. Orbital, I don't feel so... Yeah, the stream doesn't feel so good. It's like fading away right now. Because when I try to reopen the display capture, it's not wanting to capture anything, which... I believe somebody in my Discord was having this problem. I think it was Battleframe Studios. He was having this problem where the display capture was dropping the screen on him. So give me just a second, guys, and let me fix this. Sorry about this.